Intro scene, visual. On one side, a man celebrates after winning the lottery, surrounded by flashy cars and parties. On the other, a woman steadily works, invests carefully, and watches her wealth grow slowly over years. Narrator Capital Vision. Money is not just numbers in a bank account. It's emotion, behavior, and mindset. Why do some people win millions and lose it all, while others quietly build fortunes from almost nothing? Welcome to Capital Vision, where today we uncover the psychology of money, why we spend, save, and invest. Hashtag Chapter 1. Why people fear investing 3 minutes. Visual. Nervous man staring at a stock chart, ordinary families avoiding financial conversations. Narrator asterisk. For many, the word investing sparks fear. Fear of losing money. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of the unknown. This fear keeps millions stuck in the cycle of saving just enough to survive, but never enough to grow. Psychologists explain that humans are wired to avoid risk. Losing $100 feels twice as painful as gaining $100 feels rewarding. This bias, called loss aversion, pushes us to avoid investing altogether. But here's the paradox. Avoiding investment to stay safe often guarantees long-term financial struggle as inflation eats away at savings. The truth is, investing is not gambling. It's the patient process of putting your money to work, building wealth slowly, not overnight. When fear is replaced with knowledge and strategy, investing transforms from something terrifying into something empowering. Hashtag Chapter 2. Scarcity versus abundance mindset, 3 minutes. Visual. Split screen. On the left, a person counting every coin in fear. On the right, someone calmly investing and planning. Narrator asterisk. Behavioral economics teaches us that our mindset around money shapes our future. Those with a scarcity mindset focus on what they lack. I'll never have enough. I can't afford to risk this. They hoard cash, avoid opportunities, and miss the compounding effect of growth. On the other hand, the abundance mindset sees money as a tool. Instead of clinging to every dollar, people with this mindset invest, create, and expand. They believe opportunities exist and that wealth can be built through smart decisions. The difference between these mindsets isn't about how much money someone has, it's about how they think. A poor person with an abundance mindset can become wealthy. A rich person with scarcity thinking can lose it all. The shift begins with perspective. Do you see money as a prison or as a pathway? Hashtag Chapter 3. The role of financial literacy, 3 minutes. Visual. Classroom with students learning about money, families discussing budgets, online financial courses. Narrator asterisk. One of the greatest psychological barriers in money is ignorance. Most schools teach math, science, and history, but not how to manage finances. Without financial literacy, people fall prey to debt traps, scams, and poor money choices. Financial literacy means understanding the basics: how saving, investing, credit, and interest work. It means knowing the difference between an asset and a liability, between debt that builds wealth and debt that destroys it. Consider this. The average millionaire is not someone who won the lottery, but someone who made consistent financial choices over time. They understood compounding, they invested in assets, and they managed debt wisely. Knowledge turns money from a source of stress into a tool for freedom. And the more financial literacy you gain, the less money controls you, and the more you control money. Hashtag Chapter 4. How culture affects money decisions, 3 minutes. Visual. Families at cultural celebrations, global perspectives on spending and saving. Narrator asterisk. Our psychology of money is not only personal, it's cultural. In some cultures, saving is deeply ingrained. Families prioritize security, sacrifice luxuries, and pass wealth across generations. In others, consumption is celebrated. Success is measured by cars, clothes, and status symbols. Culture also shapes risk tolerance. Some societies embrace entrepreneurship, while others see it as reckless. These collective attitudes influence how individuals spend, save, and invest. But here's the challenge. Cultural habits are powerful. They can guide us toward financial discipline or trap us in cycles of debt and overspending. To achieve true financial independence, we must ask, are my money choices based on what's best for my future or simply on cultural expectations? Breaking free from unhealthy financial traditions is often the first step toward building real wealth. Hashtag Chapter 5. How to Rewire Money Habits 3 Minutes. Visual, a young couple budgeting together, an individual automating savings, someone reading investment books. Narrator asterisk. The good news is that money psychology is not fixed. Habits can be rewired. It begins with awareness, understanding your relationship with money, your fears, and your triggers. Next, create systems. Automate savings and investments so that your emotions don't interfere. Replace the impulse to spend with the habit of investing first, then living on what's left. Surround yourself with people and content that promote financial growth, not consumer debt. Finally, redefine wealth. True wealth is not flashy possessions. It is freedom, security, and the ability to create opportunities for yourself and others. When you shift your definition of wealth, you change your money habits. And when your habits change, so does your future. Hashtag conclusion. True wealth is mindset, 1 minute. Visual. Families enjoying time together, entrepreneurs smiling, investors calmly reviewing plans. Narrator asterisk. The psychology of money reveals a simple truth. Wealth is not just about numbers, it's about mindset. It's about overcoming fear, shifting from scarcity to abundance, learning how money works, and choosing habits that build freedom over time. If you can change the way you think about money, you can change your financial destiny. Outro. Capital Vision logo appears on screen with motivating background music. Narrator asterisk. This has been Capital Vision. If today's journey opened your eyes to the psychology of money, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into building your financial future.